What's going on, guys? John Green here, and today I'm going to be going over the 6 essential Shopify applications that I use in all of my Shopify stores to help me boost my conversion rates and to increase the profit I get per customer on my Shopify store. So, one of the main benefits of Shopify over any other e-commerce platform is just the sheer number of applications that are available to you that do such a variety of different things. But that's a double-edged sword to a certain extent, because while some of the applications are absolutely vital for your store and really help you out in producing actual profitable campaigns, a lot of them are just a waste of your time and money, and sometimes it can be hard to tell the difference between which is which. So that's why I've compiled this list of the 6 apps that I've found and proven on my stores to produce actual genuine results and to help me produce profitable campaigns. So I'm going to include links to all of these apps in the description. There won't be any affiliate links or anything like that, so don't worry about that. But in just a second here, I'm going to go in and jump into each of the applications, and I'm just going to give you a brief rundown of what the app is, how much it costs, whether it's free or not, and why I think it's beneficial to all Shopify store owners. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the first application. Alright, so here we are, and the first application that I think is absolutely necessary for every Shopify store is going to be Convergio. Now, what Convergio is it's pretty much an email marketing sort of type program that makes it really easy for you to send receipts, abandoned cart emails, and newsletter emails to individuals. Now, a lot of people underestimate the power that email marketing has in Shopify stores, but realistically, one of the best return on investments that you can get from advertising is going to be with email marketing, and that's because you already did all of the hard work to get those individuals to purchase from your store initially. So once you've done that hard work, once you've got that customer, and once you know they're interested in the products that you're selling, it's a waste not to try and sell them more. So that's what Convergio does. It makes it really easy. It makes it really easy to send out those receipts, and one of the best parts about the receipts in Convergio is that they have other products on the receipt. Now, at the bottom of the receipt, there are all other products, and there's also a discount code, and that's really useful because once somebody has bought something from your store, they're in that buying mood, and so when you send them that receipt that has a discount code and alternate products that they can purchase, they're just going to be a lot more likely to come back to your store and purchase something else with that discount code, especially since with Convergio, it's really easy to create discount codes that only last for something like 48 hours, so you can also create that sort of scarcity effect with your discount codes. So it'll be much easier to entice people to buy because you'll have that scarcity factor, so that they have to make that purchase within the next 48 hours, and they're already in that impulsive buying mood, so it'll be pretty easy to get them to convert, or it'll be much easier than getting cold traffic to convert. Now, Convergio is free, kind of. And what I mean by that is there's a free base plan, and the free base plan includes just the receipts. So you're able to send receipts and include those discount codes and everything like that. But there is a paid plan of Convergio, and that's how you can use the abandoned cart emails, the follow-up emails, the newsletters, and all sorts of things like that. And the pricing is a little bit sort of interesting. It's a tiered pricing plan depending on how many orders you have. So if you have a large Shopify store and you're doing a ton of orders, this is actually going to be quite an expensive application, but I would say that in my opinion, it is completely worth it because of the amount of ROI you can get from this email marketing. And the receipts are good and all, but one of the most valuable things from Convergio is going to be those abandoned cart emails, because if you can get those people back, if you can win any of your abandoned carts back, that's just going to make your advertisements, if you're advertising products, it's going to make your campaigns a lot more profitable, because you're going to be able to boost your conversion rate just a little bit by getting people that initially wouldn't have actually purchased, just drawing them right back in. And so I'm just going to go through a little bit of walkthrough of how this app works. So this is going to be the dashboard right here, and I'm not going to show you too much about the actual templates that I use because I don't want to give away my store and the products I'm selling and things like that. But essentially, this is the dashboard. It's super simple to use. So I actually only have the free plan because I actually use a different app for my abandoned cart emails, and I use something else completely for my newsletters and stuff like that. And I'm actually going to go over later what I use for my abandoned cart emails. But so I only have the free plan, but if you don't use the other application I'm going to go over later with the abandoned cart emails built into that, I would recommend that you purchase the paid plan of Convergio, because you do need abandoned cart emails from your store. I would consider that absolutely necessary for any Shopify store owner, because even if you get only 10-15% of abandoned carts back, that's still 10 to 15% more profit that you're going to get on your advertisements, and that's going to make your campaigns a lot more profitable. So in the dashboard here, it's relatively easy. They give you a lot of default templates that you can work with. So if you're looking at something like receipts, because that's the only thing I have, this is actually for just one of my stores that I just started with a friend of mine. So I haven't been sending very many receipts at all. It's just been, this is the past week, I've only sent 9 receipts. But it gives you a nice little dashboard, a nice overview of your statistics. Sorry, just the receipts you've sent, open rate, all that sort of stuff. All the revenue you've generated, and that's just the dashboard. And when you come in here, you can create your template, and this is where you're actually going to create the email that your customers see. And one of the good things about Convergio is just how beautiful it is, or just how easy it is to create beautiful emails, because with a lot of these email marketing programs, they're sort of on your own. They just throw you in with a blank template, and you have to figure it out yourself. But Convergio has a ton of really good templates built in, and if you go to the premium plan, you get even more templates built in. But even just the default template you get on the free plan is relatively good, and it works for me really well. And so, you can go ahead and edit your template. You can include all of your information. You can create your discount codes, decide what you're going to say to your customers, and even you can sort of break it up into first-time buyers, repeat customers, things like that. There's a lot of different things you can do to put people in different lists and send targeted emails to those individuals. And so that's about it for Convergio. So we're going to go ahead and jump into the next application now. All right, so here we are in the next application, and the next app that I consider necessary for every Shopify store is going to be Hurify. Now, Hurify is just a countdown timer app, essentially, but I think it's better than a lot of other countdown timer apps because of some of the features that they have available. So here's the Hurify dashboard, and it's really easy to use. Essentially, you just create your timer in here, and you can customize all the settings, the look, how it appears, all the colors, things like that, so you can make it match your store, and that's really great. But a lot of timer apps have that ability, and this isn't anything too crazy. A lot of people use timers on their store, and it's nothing revolutionary. But one of the things that makes me like Hurify more than any of the other Shopify apps is the fact that you can create specific campaigns. And what this means is you can create certain campaigns that run on products that belong to a certain collection. And what that means is if you tag products with a certain tag, you're able to run timers on all the products that have that specific tag. So what I like to do on my store is I like to tag products that are on sale with the sale tag, and so then that automatically includes the Hurify timer on those products, and you don't have to manually set it up at all. So that's really beneficial, and this also means that you can create different campaigns with different styles of timers to fit if you're selling different types of products on your store, or you would like different timers that have different lengths of time or anything like that on them. And you can optimize those, you can have those set to run on specific campaigns that have products in them with specific tags. So it just allows you to sort of automate the process of including timers on some of your products, which I think is really beneficial, because if you can just easily include a timer on all of your sale products just by tagging them with a specific thing, that makes it a lot easier than having to go through and manually add a timer to each one of those, as you have to do with a lot of the other timer apps available. And so this is essentially what this is going to be, the Hurify dashboard. This is all there is to it, really. It's just the layout and things like that, and then the campaign section. And this is a super easy app, super simple, and it makes a huge difference on stores. The countdown timer actually has a ridiculous amount of impact on the conversion rate on some of your products, because just giving people that scarcity factor really entices them to buy, because if they think your sales are going to go away, they're going to purchase that product right then and there. And if you didn't have that sale timer, they might leave and forget about your product, or leave and realize that maybe it's cheaper somewhere else or something like that. But if you have that timer, it just makes people want to buy right now, and that's really beneficial. And as for the price of Hurify, it's going to be $7 a month, which isn't anything ridiculous, but there are free timer apps out there. But I think the fact that you can run specific campaigns on specific products with specific tags on them makes it worth that $7 a month. So that's going to be about it for Convergio, or I'm sorry, that's going to be about it for Hurify. So let's go ahead and jump into the next app now. All right, so here we are in the next application, and the next app that I think is essential for all Shopify stores is going to be product reviews. Now, product reviews is an absolutely great app because it's super functional and it's also free. So product reviews is actually created by Shopify. And I apologize, a lot of this dashboard is going to be blurred out here, but that's because I don't want to give away the products that I'm selling or the names of any individuals who've purchased anything from my store. But essentially, this is the dashboard, and so it's a super simple application to use, really easy, and as soon as you install it, it's going to include something on all of your products that has a little area for reviews underneath the description. And you're going to be able to customize that. You're going to be able to, determine what it looks like, what it says, all the different pieces of it. And So once you jump into product reviews and once you have some reviews, they're all going to show up here in the dashboard, and you have the opportunity to unpublish them, publish them, flag them, remove reviews, do whatever you want. And one of the great things is you can also import reviews. So if you use something like Review, the application, which allows you to export reviews from Amazon and AliExpress, if you use that application, you can export those reviews, and using product reviews here, you can import them to the products on your store. And product reviews is super, super helpful because it just gives your store that much more authority and that much more confidence to your customers. Because if you have reviews on your products that say it's actually genuinely good and they're from real people, people are actually going to be way more likely to purchase from your store because they're going to believe that the products they see are just like, or the products that they receive are just like what they're seeing online. Because that's one of the biggest problems with online sales is individuals aren't sure if what they're going to get when they purchase your product is actually what's being sold online. And so these reviews actually help people just to reassure them that yes, the product that you're seeing online is in fact what you receive in the mail and its quality still. And so just a brief overview of product reviews, how it works. Yes, this is the dashboard. You have all your reviews here. You can see unpublished reviews, published reviews, flagged, spam. And this is super simple. Like, this is just going to show you everything that people have said on your store. And so you can look through them really easily and see what products people are talking about, what they're not. And so if you go into the settings section here, this is where you're going to be able to see, all of the different settings and the display options for how your reviews look. And so you have the option to auto-publish your reviews, and I like to turn this off because you never know what people are going to go and say on your site, especially when you do the things that I do. And some individuals who've watched my videos or taken my course or anything like that, they know the name of my store, and so sometimes you get individuals who come in and spam horrible reviews about your store just because they know who you are. I don't get that, but that's a problem. And so I like to have my reviews disabled, and so I have to manually publish every review. So I get to look through and see what people are actually saying before I publish them on my store. So you got that option. You can have an email when every review is submitted, and you can change the options and what it looks like. And that's going to be pretty much it. This is a super simple application, but it's very, very, very useful. And the fact that it's free means that there's no reason not to get it. And so very simple application, super easy to use, and it accomplishes something very, very, very important for every Shopify store, and that is building authority and building trust. That's one of the most important things you can do with your Shopify store, and this app is going to be one of the best ways that you can do that. And so that's going to be about it for product reviews, and so let's go ahead and jump into the next application now. All right, so here we are in the next application, and that is SpinASale. Now, what SpinASale is it is an email collecting pop-up. Now, there exist a lot of these email collecting pop-up apps that sort of show a pop-up on your store when individuals have been on your store for a certain period of time, and it asks for an email address to sign up for your email list, and in return, the customer gets a discount code. Now, what makes SpinASale unique to these other applications is the fact that SpinASale incorporates a sort of game-type element to the discount code that you give your customers. So when SpinASale pops up, it doesn't just say, hey, sign up for our email list and you get this sort of discount code. It pops up and it gives a spinning wheel of choices. And if an individual puts in their email, they're allowed to spin the wheel and they get the discount that the wheel lands on. So this makes it a lot more effective than traditional email collecting methods because individuals love the game. They love the game aspect of potentially they'll win a 50% off coupon versus something like a 10% off coupon. And just that sort of the potential to win something sort of big for your store draws people in and makes them much more likely to, actually enter their email and join your email list than if it was just a standard, sign up for our email list and you'll get 15% off. Now, here we are in the SpinASale dashboard. And this is a relatively simple app to use. There's a bit of complexity going on here, but it's not too difficult at all. And so, essentially you just have the choice to show it on your website. You can change all the text and everything like that. And I'm not going to scroll down much further because then it'll show the name of my store and what I have on my pop-up. And I, once again, don't want to share the name of my store. But if you were to go down further, it gives you a little preview of what your pop-up will look like. And, it gives you the choice to customize the design of your pop-up to better fit your store. So you can go ahead and change that. You can alter pretty much everything about the application. And one of the best things is that you can alter the percentages of winning for certain discount codes. So say you have a 50% discount code, a 20%, and a 10% discount code available for individuals to win. You can set it so that 80% of the time individuals win a 10% discount code, 10% is 20% off, and another 10% of the time they get the 50% off discount code. But you don't have to tell individuals that that's what's going on. All the areas on the wheel appear the same, but just the probability of landing on different areas is different, and you can set that, you can change that, and that makes it really good because you do want to have some big prize, like a 50% off coupon. That really draws people in because they're like, oh God, I could spin this wheel and maybe get 50% off. But you don't actually have to make it an equal probability. You can sort of have that 50% off coupon, but make it a very rare thing for individuals to get. And so you still draw them in though. And by collecting these emails, it's going to make it a lot easier for you to do remarketing campaigns and for you to just, do email marketing campaigns. And email marketing is super beneficial because it's got a huge ROI, as I talked about earlier. And this just makes it a lot easier to start to build your email list. And so you can start to build authority for your store, because if you build that email list and you start to email those individuals, you're going to build a brand instead of just building a one-time store where individuals buy one time and then never come back. You can build a brand, and that's sustainable. It's sustainable income is what SpinASale helps create, and that's why it's super useful. Now, the cost of SpinASale, it's going to be $10 a month, and there are a lot of free pop-up apps for collecting emails. One of them is Privy, but I think SpinASale, the fact that it incorporates that game aspect, makes it a lot more beneficial than a standard email pop-up, just because I've tested both the standard pop-ups and the SpinASale type pop-up, and SpinASale is definitely much higher converting just because individuals love the aspect of the game. I've said it many times now, but if you can gamify your store in any way, individuals love that. People love to play games and they love to gamble, and this is a perfect way to get people to gamble, and in exchange you can get their email, and that's going to be really useful for you and your store. So in the SpinASale dashboard, obviously I went through this part. You can go ahead and edit everything about how the pop-up looks, what it says, and everything like that. But one of the good things about SpinASale is it also integrates directly with a lot of email marketing programs. So you can collect these people's emails and automatically add them to your email list so that they can get your autoresponders that you've already set up. So it's super easy. You don't have to copy and paste emails back and forth. It integrates directly, and you can take a look at all the analytics and subscribers and everything like that. They've got a lot of statistics in their dashboard, but overall, I think that's about it for SpinASale. Not a super complex app, does something very simple, but it's going to be really useful for you and building a brand with your store, building something sustainable that will last. All right, so that's going to be about it for SpinASale. Let's go ahead and jump into the next application now. All right, so here we are in the next app, and that is QuantityBreaks. Now, of all these applications, QuantityBreaks is going to be one of the most useful for a lot of different types of Shopify stores. Now, what QuantityBreaks does is QuantityBreaks allows you to give bulk discounts for certain products. So if individuals buy multiple variants or multiple of a specific product, you're able to give them a discount. So that's going to be really great because once you have that individual in your store, and if you can get them to purchase just one of the product, that's all fun and games. But if you can get them to purchase multiple of the same product, that's going to make it a lot more profitable. Your campaigns are going to be a lot more profitable, and it's going to be a lot easier to run actual profitable Facebook campaigns, because if individuals are buying multiple quantities of the same product, it's just going to be a lot more revenue for you from each customer. So how QuantityBreaks works, it's very simple. You do have to install it in, or you do have to do a liquid installation, but they have an auto installer set up, and it works relatively well, but you do have to verify, and sometimes it conflicts with other applications, and so they have a really great help center, and there's a lot of good documentation online, but it can be a little bit difficult to get it installed and working on your store. But once it's installed, everything else very simple. You can set up different quantity break groups, and so what that is different variants and different products you can set up so that if individuals buy 2 different products, they still get the same bulk discount as if they bought 2 versions of the same product. And so that's going to be really useful because say you're selling different t-shirts, you could say buy any 2 t-shirts and get 10% off, buy 3 t-shirts, get 1 free, something like that. And you're able to set up things like that where it works across multiple variants of the same product or even across multiple products in the same collection. And that can be really useful depending on what kind of campaign you're going to set up. And so you can do that. You can create quantity breaks, and so the group is going to be the products that the quantity break applies to. The quantity break is going to be the discount itself that applies to the products, so how many products they have to buy and what discount they receive for buying that many products. And you can also change the display, what shows up, because there will be a piece that shows up on the product page that says, hey, buy 2 of these and get 10% off, buy 3, get 15% off, something like that. You can alter the way that looks pretty much any way you want. They have a lot of default templates set up. There's also the option to write a custom template if you know CSS or are willing to hire a developer to write something like that for you. So you can really customize this app as much as you want, as much as your store needs, but a lot of the default templates are, they work fine for me anyway. That's all I use, and they've done me a solid service over the time that I've used this application. But that's genuinely about it. There's just a quantity breaks. You can change the display. You can do pretty much anything you want to customize how the quantity break looks. So for the cost, Quantity Breaks is not a free application. It does have a monthly fee. It's about $15 a month, and but they just recently changed the price, so don't quote me on that, but I believe it's about $15 a month. And I think it's genuinely worth it, because when you're trying to get customers to buy more products from your store, one of the easiest things to upsell customers on is the same product they already bought. Now that sounds a little bit, strange, but if someone's already buying one of something, if you can convince them that their friends will like it too, or they need multiple of them, they're going to be much more likely to purchase that same product multiple times instead of trying to upsell them with different products. And so it can be really useful for increasing your profit per customer for your campaigns. All right, so that's about it for quantity breaks. So we're going to go ahead and jump into the next application now. All right, so here we are in the 6th and final essential application for all Shopify stores, and that is going to be Carthook. Now, Carthook is an interesting app because it actually covers a lot of different aspects of, it actually does just a lot of different things for your Shopify store. So essentially, Carthook is a one-page checkout application as well as a one-click post-purchase upsell app, and it includes a cart abandonment section of the app. Now, this is the application that I use to handle all of my cart abandonment because Carthook actually replaces your Shopify checkout. So the traditional Shopify checkout, in order to check out, you have to go through 4 or 5 individual pages where you choose your shipping information, then you go to the next page, you enter your address, you go to the next page, billing information, things like that. But Carthook simplifies it so that it is all on one page. So you no longer have to click through 4 different pages to complete the checkout. It's just all on one individual page. And that's really useful because it's going to allow individuals to check out a lot easier and a lot faster, and that's going to boost your checkout conversion rate, because if people have to click through 4 or 5 pages, maybe one of the pages doesn't load, or maybe they just get sick of the process part of the way through and they abandon their checkout. But when it's all on one page, it's all in one super confined, easy to use space, it's going to be a lot more effective and your conversion rates are going to be a lot higher. So that's what Carthook does in terms of the one page checkout. But the best piece of Carthook and the most useful aspect is going to be the post-purchase one-click upsells. So with Carthook, you're able to build funnels for individual products. So how that works is you actually can create a specific tag that you put on your product, and when you put that tag on the product, when an individual checks out with that product in their cart, it's going to go to the Carthook one-page checkout, and after the checkout, you're able to take them to upsell pages. And there's a lot of applications that include upsells before checkout process, but the problem with those applications is when you're pitching people products before they check out for the first time, you have the potential of losing that initial sale. So if you throw a bunch of products in the cart and you're like, hey, you might want these too, that might drive people away and they might not even make that initial purchase that you were trying to get them to do. But if the upsells are after the checkout process is already completed, even if they get bothered by your upsells and they don't like the fact that you're trying to upsell them on products, you already made that initial sale, so you're not risking anything. You already made the sale, and now you're just trying to get them to buy more. There's no potential for loss with it. And that's the post-purchase one-click upsell piece, and there's also the cart abandonment piece. So with Carthook, you can make it so that all of your products use the Carthook one-click or the one-page checkout instead of the standard Shopify checkout. And with that, you can set up cart abandonment emails to email the individuals who abandon their Carthook checkouts. And it's very simple to use, a lot like any other cart abandonment software. It's a lot like Convergio in that aspect, but it is already incorporated into the application. So if you purchase Carthook to use the one-click upsell and the one-page checkout, you already get the cart abandonment built in. It's free on top of the other things. So That's super useful. You don't have to pay anything extra for any other cart abandonment application. You can just use this one that's already built into the one-page checkout process. So this is the Carthook dashboard here, and it has a lot of useful statistics, lifetime revenue, total revenue, things like that. And this is the dashboard page, and then if you come into the funnel page here, this is where all of your checkout funnels are going to be. All of this is going to be blurred out, unfortunately, but these are all the funnels that I've run on my store, and these are just funnels you can set up for different products. So you can create a ton of different funnels for all the different products in your store so that they have uniquely targeted upsells that are specific to that product. So this is going to be really useful because you don't want to be upselling the same thing to everyone who purchases something on your store. It's going to be better if you do targeted upsells so that when an individual purchases one product, you sell them a very similar product later down the line. So that's the process, and to create a funnel is super simple. You're just going to create a new funnel here. You come up with your Shopify tag there, create the funnel, and it's going to walk you through the process of adding your upsell products, and you can create downsells, you can customize your thank you page, and you can also customize what the checkout page looks like. So it's going to be really easy to use. The template editor is very simple to use. We can go ahead and go into the default template here. I'll actually have to link a product, and I don't want to do that because I don't want to show off the products on my store. Actually, I believe I have one product here that I'd be willing to show. I think it's just called ampersand. Yes, indeed. Although that does have the name of my store on it, so I'm going to have to blur that out as well. But so you're going to just go ahead and choose a product. You can put discounts on it so that you are upselling the product for a specific discount, and you can set if the shipping is charged, you can set the quantity that individuals are allowed to buy, and you can edit what the page looks like. So this is going to be the default Carthook template right here, but you can customize every aspect of this. You can make this look absolutely however you want, and you can include whatever products on this you would like. And this is going to be one of the most beneficial apps for increasing your profit per customer, because if you could upsell these products to individuals, even if only a small percentage of them buy, you didn't have to pay any advertising costs to get individuals to this point. So any profit that you make from upsells is just that. It's pure profit. You don't have to pay any advertising costs out of pocket because you already paid to get the customer into your store. So doing something like Carthook and post-purchase one-click upsells is just a really great way to make sure that you're maximizing the revenue you get from all the customers in your store, and you're not wasting, any potential revenue you could be getting from customers. And that's going to be about it for Carthook. So we're just going to go ahead and jump to me, and I'm going to do a brief conclusion, and that's going to be it for this video. All right, so that was my list of these 6 essential Shopify applications that I think every Shopify store owner should install. And if you guys want to download any of those, there's going to be links in the description to those. Let me know what you guys thought of this list, and let me know what apps you guys use and what you think I should have included, what should have been taken out. And that's going to be it for this video. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.